You know, I usually stay out of these conversations, but with Caitlin Clark, I can't stay silent anymore.
Michael Jordan didn't just step up to the microphone. He completely owned the moment. What began as a simple tribute quickly turned into one of the most unforgettable statements in modern basketball. Sophie Cunningham and Caitlin Clark weren't just honored, they were genuinely stunned. If you're enjoying this content, be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. More than 90% of viewers still haven't subscribed, and your support truly means a lot. When he recently spoke sincerely about Sophie Cunningham and Caitlin Clark, without fanfare or preparation, the reaction was immediate. He quietly recognized two athletes redefining excellence in today's game, proving his message didn't require a spotlight to leave a lasting impact. His comments about Caitlin Clark stood out the most. Her rookie season has already shattered long-standing WNBA records while drawing larger crowds and massive television audiences. Yet Jordan looked beyond statistics. He explained that her greatest strength wasn't numbers or shot selection, but the way she naturally controls every moment on the court. As he put it, some players need time to adjust to the spotlight, but Clark arrived already shining. Her game has long been compared with basketball's biggest stars because of her remarkable vision and limitless shooting range. Jordan's praise, however, wasn't another comparison, it was pure recognition. In his view, she isn't simply the future of women's basketball, she's already one of its defining forces today. Then, without much warning, he shifted his attention to Sophie Cunningham, making it clear that although she may receive less media attention, her impact on the game is every bit as meaningful. Jordan described her as a storm in sneakers, the kind of player who changes the game every time she steps on the floor instead of chasing attention. He praised her relentless determination, refusal to back down, and willingness to embrace the difficult roles others avoid. As he explained, she plays like every possession is personal, and that's the difference between ordinary competitors and true rivals. Coming from someone whose legacy was built on turning competition into obsession, those words carried enormous weight. Sophie wasn't being recognized for popularity or headlines. She was being honored for the relentless fire behind every screen, rebound, and defensive stop. This wasn't a publicity stunt or a branding campaign. It was a genuine statement from a legend who has witnessed basketball from every possible angle. In Clark and Cunningham, Jordan saw far more than talent. He saw proof that basketball's future isn't approaching, it has already arrived. With only a handful of carefully chosen words, he cut through years of debate about women's basketball. Without grand promotions or dramatic announcements, he accomplished what major campaigns often could not. Fans immediately sense the shift because when a voice like Jordan speaks, the basketball world listens. So, was this simply encouragement or the beginning of something much bigger? Stay with us, because what followed surprised nearly everyone. When greatness recognizes greatness, other legends inevitably take notice. Larry Bird, a player famous for rarely handing out public praise, delivered one of the most meaningful reactions. Known for his quiet personality and sharp eye for genuine talent, Bird didn't just mention Clark, he connected her to the basketball that shaped his own career. He admitted he watched far more Iowa Hawkeyes games during the 2023-24 season than expected, drawing comparisons between Clark's style and his years at Indiana State. That wasn't nostalgia, it was deep respect from a legend whose reputation was built on precision, perseverance, and elite basketball intelligence. His message was unmistakable. Clark wasn't only transforming women's college basketball, she was influencing the sport as a whole. But Bird wasn't alone. Another basketball icon soon added his voice. Shaquille O'Neal, long associated with LSU and Angel Reese, surprised many by openly expressing his admiration for Caitlin Clark. During a broadcast, he admitted he had become a genuine fan. He wasn't speaking as an analyst or former superstar. He simply said, "I'm not Shaq right now. I'm a fan." That honest remark set the stage for everything that followed. He acknowledged that he once questioned whether Clark's television reputation matched her performances, but after watching her closely, there was no doubt. Her leadership, court vision, and decision-making consistently impressed him because she wasn't just producing numbers, she was making the right basketball plays every single time. Hearing those words from one of the NBA's most dominant champions made the praise especially powerful. At the same time, Sophie Cunningham continued earning recognition for qualities that often receive less attention. While Clark's brilliance captured headlines, Sophie's toughness, hustle, and consistency quietly earned lasting respect. Jordan emphasized those traits personally, and both Bird and Shaq clearly recognized them as well. Together, these two players are pushing basketball's biggest names to rethink what excellence truly looks like today. That perspective matters even more because it comes from legends who understand exactly what it takes to lead both a team and an entire league. The biggest question wasn't about the highlights, but about who stepped forward when everything was on the line. Stay with us, because the next chapter changes everything. The reason legends continue choosing Sophie Cunningham and Caitlin Clark is becoming impossible to ignore. Conversations around basketball are shifting, not because of hype, but because these two players are redefining what leadership, competition, and elevating an entire league truly look like. Their styles couldn't be more different. Clark dazzles with explosive offense and remarkable shooting range, while Sophie relies on toughness, experience, and relentless intensity. Yet basketball legends admire them for far more than statistics. They respect what those numbers represent. Indiana Pacers guard Tyrese Halliburton recognizes it as well. Rather than speaking as a fan, he views Caitlin as a fellow leader carrying the expectations of an entire city. As he explained, there's simply 2 point guards trying to lead. That wasn't an empty compliment. He attends her games, publicly supports her, and understands the pressure she faces while helping reshape Indiana basketball. That's leadership recognized across generations. The influence extends beyond teammates and fans. It has also begun affecting free agency. Sports analyst Jason Whitlock noted that players want to play alongside Caitlin Clark, and that statement says everything. In a league where roster chemistry matters, Clark has become the attraction. It's no longer about market size or promotional budgets. It's about building a winning culture. Teammates are drawn to leadership, accountability, and trust, qualities Clark consistently brings every night. But Clark isn't the only player making that kind of impact. When Sophie Cunningham arrived in Indiana through a 2025 trade, she wasn't there simply to blend into the roster. She came to change the team's identity. If Clark represents the future, Sophie provides its toughness. Throughout her journey from Columbia to Phoenix and now Indiana, flashy moments have never defined her career. Strength has. She may not score 30 points every game, but she can energize a locker room, draw a crucial charge, and knock down a clutch three when it matters most. Her relentless defense and contagious energy elevate everyone around her. That became obvious during a heated June game, when Sophie immediately rushed across the court to defend Clark after a hard foul. She didn't hesitate or apologize because the moment wasn't about creating drama. It was about sending a message. Cunningham wasn't just protecting a teammate. She was defending the culture of unity and courage taking shape in Indiana. Even when the box score doesn't fully capture her value, her influence is visible in every possession. She's diving for loose balls, calling out defensive rotations, and shifting momentum without needing the spotlight. That's exactly why basketball legends continue paying attention. They aren't simply praising WNBA players. They're recognizing something much deeper: unwavering determination, authentic toughness, and leadership that never disappears under pressure. This isn't a passing trend. It's a movement defined not only by who scores the most points, but by who earns respect when the game demands it. One of Caitlin Clark's defining moments, however, didn't happen during a game. It came when the 2024 U.S. Olympic roster was announced without her name. The silence surrounding that decision spoke louder than any official statement. After captivating college basketball, breaking viewership records, and pushing women's basketball into mainstream conversation, she was absent from the sport's biggest international stage. Fans voiced their disappointment, but Clark chose a different response. Instead of responding to the controversy, Caitlin Clark chose silence and went back to work. Whether by design or circumstance, the Olympic omission gave her valuable time away from the spotlight to train harder, study film, and refine every aspect of her game. There were no cameras documenting the process, only determination and discipline as she turned disappointment into motivation. Dwight Howard later described the experience as a challenge that would ultimately make her stronger. While Clark remained focused, the basketball world continued debating the decision. Former NBA guard Jeff Teague openly criticized the WNBA, arguing that leaving Clark off the Olympic roster while failing to embrace her growing influence was a major mistake. Attendance was climbing, merchandise sales were booming, and ticket demand continued rising because Clark had become much more than a talented rookie. She was driving a movement. Yet her treatment on the court often felt far from welcoming. Hall of Famer Rick Barry even suggested that defenders were targeting her personally, a statement that carried extra weight given his own experience in basketball's toughest era. Clark refused to complain, answering every hard foul and criticism with her performance. While she remained composed, Sophie Cunningham emerged as Indiana's emotional leader. During the Fever's inconsistent start, Sophie publicly challenged the team's standards after a difficult June 2025 loss, calling for greater accountability from everyone involved. Her leadership wasn't limited to words. She forced overtime with clutch free throws when Clark missed a preseason game, later admitted the team owed its fans better after a poor shooting performance, and celebrated her first double-double against Atlanta with confidence and humor. Sophie wasn't chasing statistics. She was fighting for unity, accountability, and the supporters who stood by the team. Her influence extended well beyond the box score as she energized teammates, spoke up during difficult moments, and consistently stood beside Clark whenever criticism intensified. That support helped strengthen both the team and its culture. At the same time, Clark's rookie season was reshaping the WNBA. As the Fever's first overall pick in 2024, she packed arenas, drew more than 1 million television viewers for regular season games, and pushed the league into mainstream conversation. Alongside her stood veteran Sophie Cunningham, whose years with the Phoenix Mercury gave her first-hand knowledge of the league's financial struggles, limited exposure, and overseas demands. Together, Clark's growing influence and Cunningham's experience have created a partnership that many believe could inspire meaningful change throughout the WNBA, extending far beyond what happens on the court. The conversation has grown far beyond individual success. Better pay, safer working conditions, and lasting career support are no longer distant ideas. Sophie Cunningham has lived through those challenges, while Caitlin Clark now possesses the influence to help address them. Clark's popularity has already transformed the league's business model. Her presence boosts ticket sales across the WNBA, her social media reach rivals major sports stars, and her success has driven remarkable merchandise sales and sponsorship opportunities. That influence extends beyond the court into media, branding, and public attention. The real question is whether she'll use that platform to elevate not only herself, but the league as a whole. If that happens, veterans like Cunningham will play an essential role. While younger stars capture headlines, experienced players understand what meaningful reform truly requires. Cunningham has consistently supported long-term progress and has already established herself as a respected voice within the Players Association. Together, she and Clark represent more than personal achievement. Together, they may represent the beginning of a new era in which players have a greater voice in shaping the WNBA's future. Yet behind the excitement, another story was quietly developing. Stay with us, because the next chapter reveals why the pressure only continued to grow. Caitlin Clark's arrival has become a turning point for the league. Every deep three-pointer, standout performance, and spike in television ratings challenges a system that never expected someone to rise this quickly. She didn't gradually earn attention, she changed the entire conversation. Michael Jordan recognized that immediately, praising the fire she brings and the kind of presence that naturally shifts the spotlight. His comments weren't only about talent, but about the impact transformational players have on a sport. However, that influence comes with resistance. Despite her accomplishments, Clark has continued facing physical play, criticism, and constant skepticism. While some dismiss it as normal competition, Sophie Cunningham sees something much deeper. After years of fighting through the league's toughest moments, she understands how damaging resentment can become. Having witnessed the WNBA's long struggle for respect, she recognizes this opportunity as something much bigger than one player. Rather than backing away, Sophie has embraced the moment. Where others see Clark's popularity as a threat, Cunningham sees a chance to improve player salaries, visibility, and primetime opportunities across the league. Even so, the tension remains impossible to ignore. As ratings soar and arenas continue filling, emotions around the WNBA have intensified. Magic Johnson even compared Clark's arrival to his own entrance into the NBA alongside Larry Bird, calling it a defining moment that reflects the league's growing audience, sponsorships, endorsements, and national attention. Still, every conversation ultimately circles back to Caitlin Clark, making the situation increasingly complex. Stephen Curry also praised Clark, focusing not on her spectacular shots, but on the way she controls the game. He said that's what truly separates her from everyone else. Coming from the player who revolutionized long-range shooting, that praise carried enormous significance and even sparked speculation about a future shooting contest between the two. Although Clark has stayed quiet, the excitement hasn't faded. More importantly, this era shows how pressure is being transformed into progress. Caitlin has become the face of change, while Sophie Cunningham continues serving as the bridge that strengthens it. Together, they are quietly reshaping women's basketball. Clark isn't simply playing in the WNBA anymore. She's helping redefine it. Her highlights dominate social media. Her jersey remains among the league's best sellers, and crowds continue filling arenas wherever she plays. Yet as her popularity grows, so does the scrutiny surrounding every move she makes. Criticism from Cheryl Swoops, Diana Taurasi, and Cheryl Reeve reflects the tension surrounding her rise. Some see Clark as the league's greatest opportunity, while others view her as a disruption. Despite it all, she remains calm, focused, and composed. Her play continues answering every doubt through smart decisions, leadership, and clutch performances. Basketball icons like Shaquille O'Neal and Michael Jordan recognize those qualities. Shaq, despite previously supporting Angel Reese, admitted Clark consistently makes the right basketball play. Standing beside her through it all is Sophie Cunningham. Fearless and outspoken, Sophie understands what it means to be judged unfairly, and she sees the same treatment directed at Clark. Where critics see arrogance, Sophie sees confidence and discipline. She has never hesitated to challenge that narrative, even when it places her against popular opinion. Their connection is about more than teamwork. It's about standing together through pressure. Sophie understands the burden Clark carries as both a rookie and the face of a rapidly growing league. After witnessing the criticism and physical treatment Clark has endured, she chose to speak up instead of staying silent. Together, they have become catalysts for change. Whether everyone supports Clark or not, her influence continues pushing the game forward, while Sophie helps ensure that progress, performance, and the future remain louder than the surrounding noise. Now it's your turn. Do you believe Caitlin Clark and Sophie Cunningham are helping elevate the WNBA, or do you think their impact is creating even deeper divisions? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.